doing the design. After completing the design, your model is ready to be analyzed and ready for the design. So one is for the analysis and the second one is for the design. So both we have completed. We have completed the analysis part. We have completed the design part, right? And yesterday we have seen how to, in the previous video, we have seen that how to see the report of this entire structure. We have seen the entire structure. We have seen the weight, what is the weight of the concrete material weight, and the steel quantity. What is the steel quantity? What is the concrete quantity? And also we have seen steel quantity. ఈ రెండు మనం నిన్న చూసాం. So today we will see individually how the members, what is the reinforcement in the columns, and what is the reinforcement in the particular column that you have to provide on all the columns, this column, this column, this column, and this column, and in the center we have one column, that one, all the columns, and as well as beams also. We shall see these beams, this beam, and this beam, and this beam, and also this side also we have 3 beams. So we'll see the design report for that. However, we have seen using this option over here at the left side top, as I told you, in this you have seen the report for the columns and beams. Now you are going to see the report in for the individual member in this screen itself. So ఈ మోడలింగ్ స్క్రీన్ ఉంది కదా, ఈ మోడలింగ్ స్క్రీన్ లోనే we'll see the report for each member, right? So for that, what you have to do is that you have to go to the column, select one column, and double click on the column. So if you double click on the column, a window will come. Can you see that window?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So if you click on that, you will get a window. That window will be used to see the remaining results, like the geometry. So you have the initial geometry. What is the property that you have given? You have given 0.45, and the thickness also is there over here. So and this is the depth, 0.45, and if you see this properties over here, if you click on the properties, you can see the size of the section, that is 0.45 into 0.23 is the section size, and its physical properties. It's physical properties and material properties like elastic modulus, Poisson's ratio, density of concrete, and alpha. These are all the material and physical properties of the material. You can also change the concrete to, you can change to any other material by clicking over here, right? You can click on this button and you can see the list of materials that are available, right? And then you have next is loading. You can see that there is a loading option over here. If you click on that loading option, you can see the loadings that are available, that whatever loads are there on this column, on this particular column, what is the load that are there. So in load case 1, you have dead load and live load. You are having 2 load cases. Okay. Then you can click on this shear bending. So as I told you in the analysis, I told you what is the shear bending, and how you can see, if you change this, move the cursor slowly over here in this table, you can see the values. So at distance of 0.438, that is this, when I move this one, this distance will move. Okay. If I move it now, I'll move it to somewhere here at the center. Now you see the distance has changed. See, now the distance is different, 1.479, and the shear force and bending moment also will change according to the if you move it up till here, the bending moment also is changing, right? Like this, it is changing. This is actually shear force, not bending moment. The shear force also is changing according to the distance. As you move the distance to the end, at the end you have maximum 6.18, and at this end you have minus 5.48.
All right.
Okay, so this is how you can see the shear bending, and here this bending moment this shear force diagram is for which load case? Can anyone say? For which load case is this shear force
Dead
diagram?
load, sir. Dead load, sir.
Dead load, exactly.
Dead
So at this particular point over here, you can see it is written over here. It is for dead load. Now, if I change this one to the live load or any load combination that we have created, so I'm going to change it to 1.5 times of dead load and live load. If I change it, then the bending moment diagram also is changing. Can you see now? These values also changed. It came down with previously it used to be 6 over here. It used to be 6 over here. Now it is 10.87. Right? So the loading is, if you
Yes, sir.
change the loading cases, then the shear force value also will change. Okay. So this is about the shear in this window. Then you have shear force. This is bending around Z, or shear force along Y. This is shear force along Y. Sorry, shear along bending along Z, and shear along Z and shear along Y. Shear bendings. Yeah, this is bending moment only, not the shear force. This is the shear force, right? This is bending Z. If you click on bending Z, it is the bending moment diagram. Okay, and here also in the table it is given. No, clearly it is given in the table over here. Can you see this table?
Yes, sir. We can see, sir.
At 2 kilonewton, the shear force is 6.8, 2 meters distance, and bending moment mz is 3.98. Okay, so this is how you can understand this entire table. And here, if I click on the option bending y, then you will get the bending moment in the other direction, right? So this is about the bending, and then you have deflection also available over here. If you click on the deflection, you can see the deflection diagram like this, and the entire procedure is same. If you keep on moving this scroll button from here to here up till here, you can get the displacements, the maximum displacements in this table over here like this. So if you type the distance over here, you will get the displacement over here. And you can change the load case also, that is instead of dead load you can give any load combination or any load case. You can see the results, and in the tabular form also it is given at each and every point. You can check it. So you should understand one thing, that for each and every member, for columns and beams, everything, if you click, all the data will be available in this screen only. This is very interesting. This screen is very much useful. If you double click, all the details will be there in the screen itself. In the screen itself, it will be available. You can see the properties, you can see the geometrical properties, you can see the loading, you can see the bending moments, you can see the deflection. You can also see the last column. You see this one. This is very interesting and very nice of here by this software, where in this last column it is showing concrete design. Kanpistunda? Concrete
Yes, sir.
design.
Yes, sir.
This is very interesting. If you click on this concrete design, you can see that the concrete it is going to show you the complete design of here. For this is a column, right? So it is showing the column reinforcement and the column bars over here. It is saying that the load case 3 is the critical one for which it has designed, And location long column, it is a long column as per IS 456. There is a short column and a long column in IS 456. According to that, it is a long column. That is what the software is saying. And the maximum axial load. The maximum axial load here it is given PU. Okay, and maximum uh, moment, mz moment, maximum my moment. So these two are the maximum moments for which it is created, and also the axial load. So these three are the important loads that we got, important forces that we got from the analysis. And after analyzing whatever loads we got, this section is designed for these three load cases. Sorry, these three important loads. Okay, and then the material over here which we have given is 415, and the grade of concrete, you remember yesterday we have given grade of concrete is M25, and then it is showing that AST required. AST required means 229 mm square. So here the AST required is 229 mm square. This is the area required to be provided in this column. So in this column, this area should be provided. Then what the software has done, it is saying that it has provided 0.87 percentage of steel that has been provided as 0.87, and for that number of bars, bar size is 12 dia bars and number of bars is 8. You can see how many bars are there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 bars are there. So it is showing over here 8 bars, and bar size is how much?
12, sir.
12 mm.
12 mm.
12, sir.
So the bar size is 12 mm, and bar numbers are 8. So it will show like this. So to any member, see, if you click on the this particular member also, if you click on this one, if you click on this member also, it will show the reinforcement details. Now I'm going to click on that member. We'll see what will happen. If I double click on this one, then you see the axial load has changed to 120, and bending moment MZ and MY also changed to 8.4 and 2.76. Can you see? And also this area of steel that it is required is 92. Before we got 229. Antena? Before we got 229 that I have written over here.
Yes, sir.
But now it is showing 92. So
92.
for this column over here on the left side, you can see that Babu evarama draw chestunaru, artist la unnaru ikkada.
14.
Evaru 14 draw chesada? 14 ena? ఏమో 14 నెంబర్ 14 ఏడి వెళ్ళిపోయాడా?
Yes, sir.
సరే సరే, నాకేం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. మీరే లూజర్స్. మీరు ఎంత కష్టపడి నేర్చుకోవడం, ఎంత బాగా ఎవరు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయరు మీకు. అక్కడ ఎవరు ఇది ఇన్ డెప్త్ లోకి ఎవరు పైపైన చెప్పేస్తారు అంతే, ఇలా చేయండి అలా చేయండి అని. తర్వాత మీకు యూజ్ ఉండదు. యూ షుడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ వన్ పాయింట్. ఎవ్రీ వన్ షుడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ వన్ పాయింట్. హౌ మచ్ టైమ్ దట్ ఎస్టర్డే వెన్ వీఆర్ అనలైజింగ్ ది స్ట్రక్చర్, ఈ స్ట్రక్చర్ ని అనలైజ్ చేస్తే ఎంత టైంలో అనాలిసిస్ చేసింది అది? ఎంత టైం తీసుకుంది స్ట్రక్చర్ అనాలిసిస్ చేస్తే? హౌ మచ్ టైం?
2 to 3 seconds. 1 second, less than 1.
2 seconds maximum. 2 seconds లోని మొత్తం అనాలిసిస్ చేసింది. 2 seconds లో. మనం మామూలుగా బీమ్ అనాలిసిస్ చేయమంటే ఒక 5 minutes 10 minutes తీసుకుంటాం. అలాంటిది ఈ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ మొత్తం ఎంటైర్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ని 2 seconds లో చేస్తుందంటే యూ షుడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ది ఇంపార్టెన్స్. And the whole world and the whole country, everywhere this software is used widely. ఏ డిజైన్స్ చేయాలనుకుని నేను ఇప్పుడు ఒక నావల్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ డిజైన్ చేస్తున్నాను, వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఈ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ లో రిజల్ట్స్ వాళ్ళు కూడా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్, యూ షుడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్. అఫ్ కోర్స్ మీరు మధ్యలో మిస్ అయ్యి సార్ నాకు జామెట్రీ రాదు అని అనుకుంటే జామెట్రీ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ నేర్చుకోవచ్చు, బట్ చెప్పింది ఫస్ట్ జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి. దెన్ యూ విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్. అన్ని ఒకసారి వచ్చి మెల్లిగా వన్ బై వన్ నేర్చుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి. సో వాట్ ఎవర్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఐఎమ్ షేరింగ్ యూ, those options will be useful for you. Okay, so then let us continue. So this is about this one, and again if you click on the another column, now I am clicking on another column. Now the area of steel that I got is 156, right? Okay, and it is using same 12 number of 12 dia bars, and number of bars is 8, right? So like this, for every column in this structure, if you double click over here, it will show. If I double click on this column, and more importantly, you can see the column number is there over here, beam number 57. For that, the design report is this. If I click on this, the top one, it is showing that beam number 128. For that, the design report is this. If I click on this one, it is showing 123. If I click on this column, it is showing 120, 118. So for every column, if I click on this 191. So for every column, it is showing you the results available. Okay, so this is about the column design. Now if I click on beam design, what will happen? Okay, so now let us let us click on this beam design. Okay, now if I click on this beam design, what will happen? We'll see. If I click on this beam, this is what you are going to get. And there is a concrete design over here. If I click on that concrete design for beams, this is how it is going to show. Right?
Okay.
So here, the beam design, it is showing the beam reinforcement details. Top bars are given over here, and bottom bars are given over here. At the end, at this end, this is the reinforcement. At middle, this is the reinforcement. At this end, this is the reinforcement. Okay, and you have the 12 dia 2 numbers are there at this end, and 12 dia 2 numbers at this end. And at the bottom, you are having 10 dia of 2 numbers. You can see over here 10 dia of 2 numbers. That you have to provide. Okay, and then you have the stirrups. Stirrups provide cheyadaniki there are stirrups like this. Right? Each stirrup, you can see that there are at a distance of 110, 13 numbers వస్తున్నాయి టోటల్ గా. ఈ టోటల్ లెంత్ లోనే of span 3 meters ఉంటుంది. This is a span of 3 meters from this end to this end. This is 3 meters, right? So this is 3 meters. So 3 meters lone you are having 13 numbers with 110 spacing, center to center. 8 110 center to center spacing. So At every 110, you have to provide the stirrup over the entire length like this. Okay. So this is about
Okay.
the beam design, right? And the material properties are also shown over here. What we have taken 415 and EM25 is what we have taken, right?
Okay.
The beam depth is also there, and also the length of the beam, as I told you, 3 meters. It is given. So every beam, if I click on this, any beam, this beam, or this beam, or this beam, or this beam, or this and this beam, this beam, any beam, if I click, now I'm going to click on another beam. If I click on this particular beam, it will show the results. If I click on this internal beam, see this beam is now the reinforcement details have changed because
Yes.
beam has been changed. Top reinforcement is more and the bottom reinforcement is less because the tension force is more. That's why this top reinforcement is more. And here it is giving 4 number 10 dia, 4 numbers 10 dia and 4 number 10 dia on this space. And the stirrup spacing is 200 of 8 dia, and you are going to get 7 numbers like that, right? And the material details are available over here, and also the bending moment and the load cases available over here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is also another way to see the bending moment diagram. Sorry, the reinforcement details for the
Design.
beam. Okay. If I click on another beam, now I am clicking on this beam, it is coming same. If I click on this another beam, now the spacing and all have changed. Now if you check over here, the spacing of stirrup is 110 only, and the top reinforcement is three numbers 10 dia, and at this stage it is 4 numbers 10 dia. So this should be used for the detailing. You have to do the detailing part, and you have to share with the client. Okay, client కి కావాల్సింది ఈ టేబుల్ మాట. ఈ టేబుల్ వాళ్ళకి ఉపయోగం ఉంటుంది. This part they can understand. They cannot understand how to model this structure and how to analyze this structure and how to analyze this structure using this button and all these things, all the parts and this entire screen they cannot understand. They will only understand this particular thing. What is the reinforcement and what is the number of bars and dia of bars is what the client wants. Okay, so this you have to take it and keep it in the AutoCAD drawing and share it with the client.